about Time for School that I watched about 4 children in different countries that go to school. One was in Afghanistan, where they don't have very good schooling for girls, and it was about a girl who got the chance to go to school. And there was another one about in Brazil, and it was about a boy, and he lives in a neighborhood where drugs are it's a very good income to have, and so a lot of people drop out just to sell drugs and so they can have a lot of money. And then there was another girl in India, and she didn't have the means to go to school in the day because she had to work, and so she went to school at night, and she dropped out in about 5th grade, I believe. And then there was another boy, and he got the chance to go to school in Japan, which has a very high schooling rate. So I thought it was really cool that so many people in other countries have the ability to go to school, and sometimes Americans take that for granted. And I think that education is very important, and I'm really glad that I was raised with an emphasis on education, and I got to graduate from high school, and I'm going to college now, and I'm so thankful that I don't have wars and violence in my backyard. The girl from Afghanistan didn't get to go to school very often. She was afraid that the bombs would go off because people of the Taliban could sneak bombs in to the school. And so I thought that was really sad that she had that fear, and that's something that maybe people don't think about every day, and that shouldn't be something that people should have to worry about, but unfortunately it is. And I thought the kid in Brazil, he got held back a grade, which was unfortunate because he was going to go from 5th grade to 6th grade, which is in the middle school. And there was a lot of kids on drugs then, and his didn't think that he could handle it. And I thought that was very sad because I think he could have handled it, and he looked very serious about his schooling, and he was very driven in his studies. And a lot of Americans don't feel driven in their studies, that they're forced to go to school, and they think that it's a burden to go to school, and they in the mornings to go to school. But going to school is very, very important, and it's a good thing to have when you're educated and you want to change something in the world. If we didn't have doctors that were educated or teachers that were educated, how would the generations move on, and how would governments change, and how would the world change and be a better place? I don't think that without education we would be able to do anything really, and we would still live in not such a good place. And I am just really thankful that I have the ability to go to school. I hope to one day see the change and make sure people go to school and have the opportunity to go to school and not drop out, and that their lives are changed because of school. School is so important. I think that school really teaches people how to communicate with others and be just good people, and it helps stay out of trouble. And such as a boy in Brazil who went to school, and his mom made him go to a church school as well after school, so he didn't get into trouble. And I think that's amazing because he was learning a lot, and he had the opportunity to do something that he loves, and he had the ability to read and write and do math, and those turned out to be some of his favorite things to do. And I think it was sad that the girl in India, she dropped out, and that her life is only working on the farm, and she's just eventually gonna get married, and it's just gonna be the same. But that, unfortunately, that's some people's lives, and some people have to do that, and they don't have the opportunity to go to school, and unfortunately some banish women from going to school, and that is something that needs to be changed. And I believe that with a global effort we could change it and make girls go to school, and even some boys, and we can help others to learn the importance of education and be able to become better people and make sure that they are the best that they can be.